It was a strange and horrific circumstance. Since the abolition and eradication of the Terrascus plant, there hasn't been a worse circumstance. Humanity arrived on the galactic stage, and their arrival was threefold. The first stage was an unprecedented state of expansion, technological ascension, and warfare, the likes of which the galaxy had never seen before or since. Humans found themselves everywhere within the space of a decade, and it became ubiquitous to see a human basically anywhere, from janitors to admiralty, in every nation within the galaxy. The second stage was an age of discovery. Humanity by this point was everywhere, but beyond personal information, we knew little about them, or their history. When we started learning their history, especially before their ascension to the stars, some took their history as a challenge. They are no longer with us. The third stage was an age of nothing more than an age of addiction. Humanity's industries and commerce produced goods, the likes of which most species could only imagine. Pastries such as bread and cake were the first to skyrocket. Bakeries and confectionaries began to become overnight sensations. The galaxy had been captivated by human culinary arts and quickly became enamored with food. After food, we found sports. Carnivorous species such as the Vulpinians abandoned pirate raiding and became an overnight peacekeeping force after humanity introduced sports. Football, soccer, wrestling, racing, anything and everything. Viewership numbers for sporting events multiplied exponentially overnight for major sporting events. Even the gentleman's game cricket became an incredible sensation. But then we noticed something more. Certain human goods and services started making their way up the food chain. A certain plant species known as tobacco made itself known. Despite humanity's insistence it be regulated, it found its way into the hallowed halls of the Terracani peoples. Within a year, an entire civilization was now hopelessly addicted to a cancer stick, despite humanity's warnings. Humanity almost immediately took notice and ordered the product be shipped with filters, nicotine patches and other regulatory aids to try mitigate the problem. Humans launched a massive propaganda campaign to try to slow or stop the addiction rates, and even went so far as to threaten shutting the industry down. Eventually, they made headway in the matter. The entire debacle made humans cut production and exports of more than half of their industries. This annoyed most of the galaxy. Some even threatened war. Humanity shamed us. Like they would shame any other drug addict. And it worked. We backed off and let the market decide what happened next. Lesser substances like tea and potato chips made their way through the nets. Popularity and demand consequently exploded, and humans breathed a sigh of relief as the least addictive substances on Earth became more commonly accepted. Potato chips of almost any flavor became household staples in most empires and nations. Afternoon tea by itself became a thing, far beyond anything the British Empire could have imagined. The profit simply with potatoes and dried plants with hot water filtered through were nothing short of mind-breaking. Then a more insidious but equally delicious treat arrived on the market: coffee. Humans themselves were heavily addicted to the substance because of one singular component: caffeine. To the race known as the Rakandili, my own species, the taste of coffee was an absolute godsend, and we quickly addicted ourselves to one of the most dangerous additives in the universe. Thousands died due to overdose. Even for humans, more than 3 cups of coffee a day can be dangerous. We were drinking the stuff by the gallon an hour. Riots erupted when supplies ran dry. Some attempted to sue the Terran Federation for access to the recipe. Others attempted to petition the Admiralty to declare war to gain access to the substance. Caffeine puts us in a euphoric but controlled state. We can accomplish tasks that normally would take hours in the space of only a few minutes. When we drank coffee, it was as if time slowed down and we were able to see a whole different plane of existence. Coffee was just an easy way of getting this kind of high. Months of work, complete in only a few weeks. Governments across dozens of colonies began mass ordering the substance. It was only after thousands of people dropped dead at their workstations that we realized we made a seriously bad mistake. Humanity warned us. They warned us a dozen times over for years before this. We ignored them. Humans, however, beat us to the punch when we ordered our next shipment. They decided to take the situation into their own hands. I received this shipment. I stood in the loading bay, my tentacles swaying with anticipation, tips gently tapping the ground impatiently. The human cargo ship in front of me had only just started offloading its precious cargo when a human female approached me with a cargo manifest. 450 tons of coffee grounds, capsules, and a few thousand coffee machines. I don't recognize this though. I pointed to the coffee brand that was on the manifest. Yeah. Government ordered a new company to take the reins of your deliveries. They sent a test batch to see if you liked it, she said and grabbed one such tub, opening it. The sweet, beautiful aroma of the delicious substance immediately tingled my senses. I was suddenly thirsty. Ooh, 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 Jaffared. She rolled her eyes in annoyance. This stuff is specially made for you. We heard about your recent troubles, so we decided to change our supplier and formula to cater to it. So you guys stop, exploding. Coffee, I said. My brain was broken. I only wanted coffee. Oh. See, this is why we tried a new supplier. Because y'all are friggin' addicts here. So, in the interest of not being liable for millions of deaths, we brought you a new thing. Just as potent, not lethal, half the price, she said, and showed the label of one of the tins. What is this then? I asked, noting the label had the words, vitamin B enriched, printed on it. Decaf. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.